What's up, my beautiful girls? Back at it again, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Bow! We back at it. Back at it. Alright, so last time, where did we leave off on? Last time we left off on Nehemiah. So this time we're gonna go to Esther. That's page 94. Alright, let's get that page 94. Alright. Page 94, Esther. Y'all can see that? Yeah. Okay. A Jewish man named Mordecai lived with his family in Persia. Mordecai had a cousin named Hadassah, who had no father or mother. So Mordecai took care of her. Hadassah was also called Esther, and she had a very pretty figure and face. When the king of Persia, King Xerxes, ordered the search for beautiful women, many girls had been brought into the palace in Susa. When this happened, Esther was also taken to the king's place. No one knew Esther was a Jew because Mordecai had warned her not to tell anyone. When the king met Esther, he fell in love with her right away and crowned her queen. Mordecai had become a palace official and found out that two men who were in charge of guarding the king had decided to kill King Xerxes. Mordecai went to the Queen Esther and asked her to warn the king. When King Xerxes found out that Mordecai's story was true, he had the two men killed. Wow, killed them. After these things happened, King Xerxes honored Haman, who was a descendant of King Agag, who had fought the Jews. He had given Haman a new rank and was higher than all the important men. And all the royal officers of the king's gate would bow down and kneel before Haman. This was what the king had ordered. But Mordecai would not bow down, and he did not kneel. When Haman saw that Mordecai would not bow down to kneel to him or kneel before him, he became very angry. He had been told who the people of Mordecai was, and he thought of himself as too important to try to kill only Mordecai. So he looked for a way to destroy all of Mordecai's people, the Jews, and all of Xerxes' kingdom. Haman went to the king and suggested to him that the kingdom simply do away with all the Jewish people. So the king took his signet ring and gave it to Haman. The king said, "The money and the people are yours. Do with them as you please." Letters were written in the name of the king Xerxes and sealed with the signet ring. They were sent by messengers to all the king's empires. The order said to kill all the Jews on a single day. That was the 13th day of the 12th month, which was Adar. And it said to take all the things that belonged to the Jews. Mordecai told Esther's servant to tell Esther what Haman was planning and to ask her to beg the king to have pity on her people and the Jews. The law said that Esther could not go to the king unless the king asked to see her. But Mordecai reminded her that if she didn't do something, she too would be put to death. And who knows, you may have been chosen queen for just such a time as this, he said. Esther had to do something to save her people, even if it meant her own death. So Esther dressed in her royal robes and went to see the king. He did not punish her, but was happy to see her and allowed her to come in. The king asked, "What is it, Queen Esther? What do you want to ask me? I will give you as much as half my kingdom." Esther did not tell the king right away why she had come to see him. Instead, she asked him to bring Haman to dinner. At dinner, the king again asked Esther what she wanted. This time Esther answered, "If it please you, let me live. This is what I ask, and let my people live too. Our enemy is this wicked Haman." Then Haman was filled with terror before the king and the queen. The king was very angry. He immediately ordered Haman killed. Before the end of the day, the king gave Esther permission to make a law to save the lives of Jewish people. It was a time of happiness, joy, gladness, and honor for the Jews. The end. I love y'all.